I'm Rebecca Williams with the Living in East Texas team and Leslie Kean Realty. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information and show a map to kind of explain a little bit about the East Texas area. So what I usually refer to East Texas is basically, I would say, Terrell, Canton on over to Wascom, which is the state line of Louisiana here. I would include Sulphur Springs, Mount Pleasant, and then as far as Palestine, at least maybe into Nacogdoches, but I think you start getting into more central here, Central East, Northeast Texas. This area, this span of distance in a vehicle from Dallas to Shreveport would take you roughly three hours straight down Interstate 20. Or if you wanted to take Highway 80, this will take you to some smaller towns, but kind of alleviate a lot of the traffic that Interstate 20 sees, and it will come out. You can get back on Interstate 20 here in Wascom, right near the state line of Louisiana. East Texas is considered a piney woods area, and there are two larger towns that I would consider more of the East Texas area or cities is Tyler, which is around 100,000 people, and Longview as well. All these areas make up such a great area to live. And with these larger towns with more medical facilities and universities, colleges, shopping, commerce, it makes it a lot easier. The smaller communities surrounding the larger cities are also very, very good places to live. So personally, I was born in the Tyler area, so I know it better and tend to gravitate towards this as I would call like home base, where I grew up. I was born in a hospital there. I grew up shopping there, working there. I moved away for a while, and when I moved back in 2011, I moved to Lindale because I wanted to find a really great school district. My sister had just taken a position with the school system here and helped me kind of research and learn more about it. So that is one of the reasons we moved to the Lindale area. So I lived in Lindale for 7 years, and then 5 years ago bought my home here in Lindale, Texas. So I'm very partial, obviously, to Lindale and Hideaway, although the longer I have done real estate and driven just all of these roads, literally, I've sold properties from Mount Pleasant to Queen City and Atlanta area to Henderson. Let's see, I think the furthest was in Gun Barrel City, Eustis, this area here on Cedar Creek Lake. I think I've traveled and shown houses further than that, but I've actually sold properties in those areas. So you can see that what I would consider East Texas is a pretty large area. So of course I am partial to where I live, and so we are going to talk about Lindale, Texas. As you can see here from the map, that Lindale sits just to the northwest slightly of Tyler, Texas. Tyler has about a little over 100,000 people, and Lindale has a little over just under 7,000. Now, that would be Lindale proper. All right, we are going to jump into this map a little closer. So the Lindale School District encompasses an area, parts of Mineola, parts of Garden Valley. Some of the addresses will say Van through Swan, and parts of what this is considered northern Tyler. So a good portion of this would be encompassed within Lindale School District. So you can see that there may only be about 7,000 people in Lindale proper. However, all of these outlying areas, and these are county roads, small little country roads that just travel all over the area to get you from point A to point B. So all around that area, there is a lot of growth that is continually taking place because of our location. As you can see, north of Tyler, adjacent to the interstate, it takes about an hour and a half to get to Shreveport, Louisiana to the east, an hour and a half to the west to get to Dallas and DFW area. So you can imagine that this is a great location for people who want to get away from the DFW area or do not want to necessarily live in the larger town of Tyler. They are drawn here because of our school district and our growth. There's continual construction being done to add neighborhoods all over, single family houses, multifamily and apartment complexes. So there's constant growth and change that is happening in the Lindale area. So a good portion of Lindale's commerce happens to take place on Highway 69. As you can see, as I zoom into the map, you can actually see many of the businesses that, and this doesn't even show you that's not even a quarter of the businesses that are in the area. Many restaurants. There are a lot of mom and pop restaurants and stores and locally owned businesses in this whole area. Several RV parks. Not too far from Tyler State Park. If you live in this area, you could actually do almost all of your commercial business and shopping in actual Lindale proper. Some people would choose to go ahead and go into Tyler for certain items. So the area just below the interstate is still considered Tyler. However, this is still a portion of Lindale School District. So once you go north of the Interstate 20, you are in Lindale. And you can travel along 69 here. Good bit of this is commercial businesses. And as you travel north, you get to the downtown area. And as you can see by the map, downtown area has multiple park areas, school campuses, many different businesses are here, churches, banks. There is a new Spring Hill Suites by Marriott here in Lindale, and there are multiple hotels located near Interstate 20 on the south end of Lindale, as you can see here. If you have not visited the Lindale area recently, but you are familiar and have been through here before, if you are traveling on Highway 69 and or you are on Toll 49 heading north and you either exit to the east to go down Highway 16, which is Farm to Market Road 16, or traveling west from Highway 69 in the downtown area, you would see that just past probably this area right here, Mount Sylvan, this is 849, hit 16 here, you would notice that a good portion of all of the trees along this side of the road, on either side of the road or just one side of the road, have been taken out because there is a massive expansion of Highway 16 taking place. It also extends to the west beyond the toll 49, and looks to me that it ends around 479 or so, or 481. There's some, I'm not 100% sure just yet where they are on that, but it looks like the expansion at least goes to 479 and will be a 4 to 5 lane road. In the expansion travels at least a mile or so past the northern or back entrance to where you would go to Hideaway Lake area, and extends all the way into Lindale proper. This expansion is one of the infrastructure changes taking place here in Lindale that's much needed. Between the school district, the commerce that is here already and coming into the area, the proximity to the interstate, the small town feel, although it is growing continually. Several of these items are continuing to contribute to the reason that Lindale, Texas has grown so much over the last few years. It does appear that there are some access road changes that are being made in this area between the toll road and Highway 69, with other businesses expected to grow into the area. Several years in the making, this area's access roads were revised and made much more user-friendly for infrastructure-wise. For many years, Lindale did not necessarily have access roads that run parallel to the interstate as a lot of larger towns do. However, with the changes that we've seen in growth over the last few years, this section between, this is called Jim Hogg Road or FM 431, the distance between here and Highway 69, there are now access roads, and there is clearing, and it looks like infrastructure is being laid to extend from Interstate 20, Highway 69 intersection over to the toll road area, with other businesses that are expected to be coming into the area continually. These access roads are absolutely necessary to help both the locals and anyone who may be visiting the area travel and navigate next to the interstate without necessarily having to get onto the interstate. I can't say enough great things about this entire area. The school district, my daughter has already graduated, but we're staying here because we absolutely love living in Hideaway Lake. But this entire area is just a fantastic place to live. And like I said, location is everything when it comes to living here. If you are going to be traveling from Lindale to Tyler for any reason, from downtown Tyler in this area to downtown Lindale in this northernmost area, it's a good 30-minute commute by vehicle. And then from downtown Lindale area to the downtown Neola area is about 15 minutes. Obviously, commuting from Lindale to Tyler, if you're going to go to the south side, there are some areas that it may take you up to 45 minutes depending on traffic, time of day, where exactly that you're trying to go. Again, Lindale is basically strategically placed right in the middle of the distance from Dallas proper to Shreveport, Bossier City, Louisiana.